Welcome to Pure Energy Connections. I'm DJ Shirley, your host and founder of Pure Energy Connections. This is the show where we dive deep into natural wellness, energy healing, and the power of conscious living. If you're ready to detox your body, restore balance, and create a healthier, more vibrant life, you're in the right place. I'll be sharing practical tips to help you reduce environmental toxins, minimize electromagnetic smog, and replenish with unique essential minerals for energizing and detoxing at a cellular level. And it doesn't stop there. We'll also explore self-sufficiency through organic gardening, structured water, and regenerative living so you can heal while making a positive impact on the planet and for those around you. So if you're ready to boost your energy, detoxify, and find inner peace, let's get started. Tune in, transform, and thrive. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Pure Energy Connections. I'm DJ, your host for the show. We are revolutionizing a new era in wellness, especially today. We will be discussing a wellness secret that should be in our daily life, and you'll see why, and also how it affects our loving pets. So in the past, we've talked about how your body can detox along with a powerful process that can elevate your health to the next level. We'll get ready to unlock a whole new level of vitality. And today is extra exciting because we will be focusing on our loving pets also and how to keep them around longer and in a quality life. And also, first, for our disclaimer, the information, services, devices, and products herein are for educational entertainment purposes only, and these statements, services, and products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any illness or disease and are not to serve as medical advice. Now, my special guest tonight is Mr. Fred Foster, president of Vitala, and he will be taking us through a very unique process that you definitely want to hear. Plus, we'll be giving away a free product during the show, so stay tuned. So, hi, Fred. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, DJ. What a pleasure it is to be on again tonight.
Yes, thank you for being here and sharing with our audience all your knowledge and wisdom and how to turn around some major health issues, all done naturally. What's really, I'm really excited about this show, Fred, because we're going to be talking about our pets, our furry friends.
Yes, this is very exciting and a lot of fun because most everybody loves their pets, their animals. And, mainly we have pets as cats and dogs, but I'm also going to be talking about other animals as well that have been helped tremendously with these minerals. And so I'll be sharing a few stories along that line too, pigs and chickens and horses and, well, just stay tuned, DJ.
Definitely. Thank you. Oh, this is exciting. All right. Well, let's first tell the audience a little bit more about the product because I know you've been on other shows and a lot of people probably aren't familiar with all the incredible things about it. So let's go into that first, if it's okay.
Sure, absolutely. Well, real quickly, DJ, these minerals have been really awesome. And as far as all living things benefit from these minerals, whether it's human, animal, or even agriculture. And one of these future shows, probably the next one, will probably talk a lot more about the agricultural applications of these minerals. But for tonight, we're going to mainly focus on our animals. But what else these minerals do? In previous shows, I've talked about how the humans have been benefited tremendously. Everything from my own personal healing, in a matter of less than 5 days, I was severely crippled, and 5 days later, I was no longer crippled. And that was because of these minerals. And that's a testimony that I have way back 14 years ago when I was 65 years old. That's just one thing. Many other people, I've helped people personally get rid of MRSA, and cancer and all kinds of things that the body's own immune system is what actually goes in and heals these things from people, not the minerals. Like you said at the disclaimer at the beginning, we can't say that these minerals will cure or prevent or treat any disease. But what the minerals do is they put our bodies back into a balance, into a place of homeostasis, where it's our body's own immune system that does the healing. And in the past, I've talked about when you add these minerals to water, how it structures the water and how it gets into the body, 3 to 4 times faster, and how it hydrates the cells at a whopping 32% cellular hydration, and so on. So there's so much that these minerals do. And, in my 14 plus years of working with them, I've learned and seen so much, DJ. But tonight, I'm really excited to tell about my own animals, about the animals of my friends, and so on. So we do want to get into that as soon as we can.
Yes, and make sure you let people know that these are very unique. These aren't just your everyday minerals. These are very unique minerals.
Yes,
And
they are. Yeah, they come from volcanic regions in the earth and from deep in within the earth, and they were actually discovered by an atomic scientist. Um, and when he discovered these minerals and found out the power that they have, it's been very striking at what has been done with these minerals, and getting rid of hundreds and hundreds of different toxins and just all kinds of impurities and so on, and how they purify, even uh, the water we drink, even the food that we eat in our own bodies and so on. So there's a lot to that, DJ, and we just don't have time to cover everything tonight.
oh, I
But
know, I know.
I really am anxious to get into the animals.
Yes, let me tell the audience really quick too that sometime during this show we're going to be giving away a free product too. So stay tuned for that too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's very, very worthwhile to people. I'm going to be giving away enough so that you can treat 45 gallons of your water, make it pure water, drinking water, very healthy drinking water. So anyway, yeah, stay tuned for that. And DJ will be announcing that.
Great. All right. Well, let's get started. This is exciting.
Well, let me tell, first of all, about my own pets. All right. I do have a dog and a cat, and I've had a dog and a cat for quite some time. But when I first got the minerals, um, the dog and the cat, they were not friends. The dog would growl at the cat, and if the cat came anywhere near the dog's water bowl or whatever, it would growl and wouldn't let the cat anywhere near. But then what happened is my dog got sick, and I took my dog to the vet. And the dog examined the vet examined my dog, and he said, "Oh, Fred, I'm afraid it may have some form of cancer in its intestinal insides." And he said, "It's too much for me to be able to diagnose just where or what to do. But if you wanted to, I could send you to the veterinarian hospital there at Eastern or at Michigan State University. It's going to cost you between $3,000 and $6,000 to have it diagnosed, and for them to work on it." And I thought that's kind of steep. So I went home, and at that time now I had learned about my minerals, and I started drinking the minerals myself and my wife, and so I decided I'm going to give my dog the minerals. So I started putting the minerals in the dog's dish. And the dog just went after them like crazy. And I couldn't believe how the dog just loved these minerals. And then the cat started coming around and started trying to get at the minerals. And at first, the dog would look at the cat, and then eventually the cat and the dog would stick both heads down into that water bowl at the same time, touching each other, drinking the water together. And then the dog and cat started playing together. They were transformed in their love for each other. Then they started playing with each other and chasing each other and wrestling with each other. So their whole disposition was changed after they started on the minerals, and both of them just loved the minerals. And so when I took the dog back to my vet, the vet was examining my dog, and he says, "What in the world did you do? I'm not sensing any of this anymore." And I said, "Well, I've started my dog on the same minerals that I drink." And so he said, "Well, let me have some. I want to test it on some of my other patients." So anyway, the vet then took several bottles of the minerals and started giving them to his families that had these pets that had problems that he was not able to solve because he didn't have veterinary medicine that could solve their problems. And lo and behold, these problems were being resolved even in the pets. And finally, like one family moved away out of state and they called back to the vet and said, "Hey, we can't find these minerals out here. Can you send us some? We'll pay you to do it." And so, of course, he did. But he said to me, he said, "Fred, if you ever need a veterinarian spokesperson for these minerals, I'm it. Because I have personally seen myself how these minerals have transformed the health conditions of these animals." And so anyway, that's kind of how I got started. So I started handing out these minerals to my friends. And I had one family at church that had a dog that was getting old and could no longer even climb the steps. There were 3 steps outdoors, let the dog out and back, and it couldn't even climb up the steps. And it used to love to jump on the couch and, lay on the couch inside the house. And it couldn't do that anymore. So I said to him, I said, "Well, I don't know if they'll help your dog, but they sure did help mine." So I gave him some minerals, and lo and behold, in less than a week, now that dog was jumping on the steps, climbing up the steps and jumping up on the couch, completely changed. The energy came back to that dog. It was like, it was like 5 years younger. That was one of the first animals that I gave the minerals to. And oh, I started working with a lot of other people with the minerals, with the human health situations, and I've told some of those stories. But one of the families, they had some pigs. Well, it was an Amish family. I might as well tell you that they were Amish and they raised pigs, and 2 of their pigs fell over on their side, and they wouldn't eat, they wouldn't drink, they were just dying. And so the husband of the Amish family, he decided that since these minerals helped their family so much, he decided, well, why not my pigs? Maybe they'll help them too. So he got one of those baster things, for basting a turkey, and he sucked up some of that mineral water, and he got the pigs that were laying on their side, and he put it right in their mouth, and he kind of squeezed it down their throat. And in less than 2 hours, both pigs were up and jumping around and romping around and started eating again, and they lived full term. So that's one of the first stories there. Then across the street from them, they had another neighbor that raised chickens and turkeys and ducks and geese, and they sold it to the community, and they received an order of brand new little chicklets, and they got 25 of them in on that order. And out of the 25, 9 of them fell over on their side. They were dying. And there's this one, I can't remember the name of it now. It's been a few years back, but it started with a C. And when that hits a bunch of chickens or turkeys or the fowl anyway, they all die. The whole kit and caboodle of them die. Well, so this lady, she had stage 4 cancer, and she was brought to complete remission from that stage 4 cancer with my minerals. And she thought, man, if they help me that much, I'm going to just try it. So she got one of these little eyedroppers, and she actually squeezed up some of the minerals in that eyedropper and those 9 little chicklets, and she put it right in their mouth and squeezed it in there. And so those little well, 8 of the 9 little chicks, she was able to bring back to complete health, and they lived full term again. But one of them did die, but it was too far gone before she realized it. But that's another little chicken story. So, I could go on and on. Let me tell you one more. Okay, one of my customers, she raises horses and all kinds of animals. She has a kind of a rescue facility. And one day, her horse came to her, and its eyes were all glued shut from the stuff that was oozing out of their eyes. And so she thought immediately to go get the bottle of spray minerals, and she sprayed it right in their eyes, right, right in their eyes. And very quickly, those eyes completely opened. They could see and they were happy and so on. So, she was treating her horses with them. So anyway, there's a lot of stories that I could tell about the horses and about the pigs and the chickens and so on. So,
Well, and remind the audience too, the sizes that you have and how it's diluted into so many gallons. And also I want to mention too, Fred, that since I met you and I live on a farm, I've been putting it in the water bins for the horses
mhm.
and all the little pools we have for the chickens and ducks. And they've been doing absolutely wonderful. I mean, none of them were sick, of course, but yeah, they're all doing great. And then I also put it in all the farm dog and my dog's water. So yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, go into the sizes and how much it actually makes. That's
Well,
amazing.
yes, I mentioned that the one bottle we're going to be giving away tonight is enough to make what 48 gallons of water.
Mhm.
So it can treat 48 gallons, but that's just an 8-ounce bottle because the minerals come to you in a concentrated format. And we have 16-ounce bottles and 32-ounce bottles. And now I have a lot of doctors, medical doctors, chiropractors, naturopathic doctors, and they order special from me for their patients. And they order a special size, 8-ounce size, that we're going to be giving away one of these 8-ounce bottles tonight when DJ announces that. And but the neat thing about these minerals is how amazing they are in that when you add the minerals to water, it purifies that water, it hydrates that water, it structures the water so that it gets into our bodies and our animals' bodies much quicker, and it will hydrate at a whopping 32% cellular hydration, you know. So that's really good. And normal water can only hydrate 2 to 4%.
I
Um,
found that it also energizes the water because I'm a dowser and yeah, it's even energizing it.
yes, there's high forms of energy that's in, and the frequency that's in these minerals. It's very high frequency.
Yes.
And so, yes, that's exactly what it does do.
Yeah, that's amazing. Absolutely. Well, let's take a real quick break here and let's give away a bottle. How about that?
Well, let's do that. That's fun.
Yeah, we'll give away this amazing product and we will take the third caller right now. In case you don't have the number, it's 1-800-930-2819. That's 800-930-2819. And then we'll announce the winner. All right. And
Yeah, be the third caller. Sounds good.
yeah. And then Fred, so what else do we have as far as your furry
Well,
friends?
what I found out is that when I first started giving the minerals to my dog, I decided to do a little experiment, and I had down a bowl of regular water, and then I had a bowl of the treated water with the minerals.
Mhm.
And lo and behold, I found that the dog would completely ignore that regular bottle of, that bowl of water that he normally drank from, and only go to the treated water. He just preferred drinking that. And I'd mentioned that to some of my customers, and one of my customers actually decided to try that experiment herself. So she did that. She made a video and sent it to us. And so, we do have that video, and I'd like to play that video because it's really quite interesting. You get to see for yourself. This is a
Yes.
real life customer of mine that decided to do this and just see if I told the truth or not. So if I play that video, it'll be fun.
Okay, good. Let's play it now.
Hey everyone! Today we're doing the Super Mineral Water Pet Challenge. We've heard that pets actually prefer it over regular water, so we're putting it to the test with Nolly here. I'm using fresh distilled water from a sealed jug. I'm going to pour 2 cups into each bowl so everything is equal. In one bowl, I'm mixing in the right amount of Vitalis Super Mineral Water Concentrate. All right, so this bowl has the super mineral water concentrate, and this bowl is just distilled water. We're gonna go grab Nolly and take him for a quick walk. We'll come back and we'll see what bowl he chooses. Here. Okay, go home. Oh, he picked the right bowl. All right, this is Bodie. He hasn't seen me pour mineral water in either bowl, so we'll see which one he goes for. Yay, Bodie, good boy. Looks like Nolly and Bodie went for Vitalis Super Mineral Water. Even our pets know it's good for them. Would your pet pick Super Mineral Water? Try it out and let us know.
That was amazing. That was really good. And that was one of your customers, right, Fred?
Yeah, real life customer that actually she was house sitting for one of her customers, and that house that she was sitting for, they used my mineral water for themselves. And she discovered how when she was there house sitting for them, she drank their water and how she felt so much better, so energized. It was so amazing. She finally asked them, well, what is there about your water that makes it taste so well? And then they shared it with her. So then she started ordering the minerals and then herself. And then and she had some pets herself, 2 dogs. And so she wanted to try that when she heard me say that, dogs prefer the mineral water. So that's how it came about.
Oh, isn't that beautiful? And I'm so happy she sent that in. That was such a great video. I saw that the other day, folks, and it was so cute. We had to show it. And also I want to announce the winner. The winner of your 8-ounce bottle, Fred, is George. And congratulations, George. If you have any questions at all, you can always contact Fred, and you can always get him at his website. Now, remember, too, folks, that we have a discount code, and you probably see it at the bottom of the screen. It's PEC, and that would be a coupon code. I think it's called on your website, Fred, and it's at vitalausa.com. And you should see it at the bottom of the screen, vitalausa.com. And coupon code PEC stands for Pure Energy Connections.
Right. And if you do that, then you're going to get a discount if you order right from the website, which you can do at any time, 24 hours a day. So that is quite new. For the first 13 and a half years, we didn't even have a website. It was only spread by word of mouth, DJ, and now I have thousands and thousands of customers all over the world. And so they wanted an easier way to order at any time in the middle of the night or whenever they want. So we put up a website. So that is vitalausa.com. So anybody can go there and place their order. And if you use that code, the PEC discount code or coupon code, when you place your order, then you'll get a discount off your price of the minerals.
Yes, definitely. That is wonderful. Well, we only have a couple minutes left, Fred. Is there anything else you'd like to tell the audience before we're done with the show today?
Well, sometimes people lead their pets to good health, and other times pets lead us humans to good health. And in the case of that video there and so on, it was that was one of the cases where the 2 dogs and so on really emphasized to its owner about how good the minerals were. But, I've had people with Well, especially the Amish people, because they use the minerals not only um, for themselves, but for their animals and also for the agricultural uses. So there's so many uses of these minerals. It's just amazing. You can go to the website and learn a lot more information about them.
Yes, yes. And we'll probably have more shows, Fred, that will go into more of the AG and how you've used them on plants. I know I've used them in my garden too. So this
Yes.
is so exciting. Yeah, I'm so glad that we were able to talk about our furry friends. And also, folks, keep in mind you can see all the replays at Pure Energy Connections YouTube channel. Just search it by Pure Energy Connections. And I want to thank everybody for showing up today. Thank you for being here with us and at Transformation Talk Radio. We all hope that you've been able to enhance your wellness journey and for your pets. And be sure to join us. We're here every Thursday, or actually, yeah, every third Wednesday of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. All right. Thank you, Fred, for being here. And bye for now. Thanks for tuning in to Pure Energy Connections. I hope you found this show inspiring and motivating to help you live your healthiest life. Together, we can all make a positive impact on the planet and help others. Visit our future shows every third Wednesday, and if you'd like to connect with me and learn more about how you can take action today, visit pureenergyconnections.com. I look forward to helping you transform and thrive.